When I found out actually just a few weeks ago, I don't remember how it happened, but that Milhouse's father, Mr. Van Houten,
Sure.
was another one of your voices.
Yeah, I'm Milhouse's father. Yeah, sure.
How? I mean, where do you? I mean, you're doing like 50 different voices. Where do you pull that voice from?
Well, I'm just doing a Milhouse impression as best I can. Pam Hayden started talking as Milhouse, and I'm like, well, I guess his father probably sounds like him then. You know, it's actually a good tip for you young character actors. Just do a bad impression, and people think, how'd you come up with that genius character? It's an awful Sean Connery impression. That's all I'm doing.
That's great.
You know.
But you also based some of the Wiggum is based on another.
Wiggum is pretty much a bad Edward G. Robinson impression. Yeah.
But you originally did Wiggum in a different way. You did him as David Brinkley.
That's correct. Wow, that's an obscure and correct fact.
Yeah.
Yes, Wiggum was originally more like David Brinkley. I would talk like this.
And they said, it's much too slow. We're getting very bored.
So I just sped up David Brinkley,
And somehow that turned into Wiggum. I don't know how that...
There's comic precedence for this. Woody Allen always thought that he was just doing a straight up Bob Hope impression. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It's really true. He just completely based his whole persona on Bob Hope, and in his early movies thought that he was actually going to get busted for just doing a Bob Hope impression.
Really?
But Bob Hope through the filter of Woody Allen comes out like Woody Allen.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Have you ever done? Have you ever based a character on Woody Allen? Have you ever done that?
No, I've done Woody a few times on the show. Nothing major.
Is it ever become competitive? Is there ever a thing where the writers say we have this new character like Disco Stew, and everybody wants to do that new character?
No, the only time we get competitive is when, for example, when you feel like you could do, they assign a character to somebody else and you feel like you do it better.
Right.
But we'll often, they just recently assigned me Captain Crunch to do the voice of Captain, which I cannot do. And I knew Dan would do it better. I said, well, I bet Dan will do this better than I do.
What was your version of Captain Crunch?
It's terrible,
Yeah.
Can't get away from the crunch because the crunch always gives you away. Well, it's terrible.
Right.
I know.
Well, you already cornered the pirate part of the show with the sea captain.
The old sea captain, yar, yes.
That's a bad. Anybody remember the movie Treasure of the Sierra Madre? Yeah. Who's that actor's name?
There's some actor who's always talking like this, matey.
He was the pirate guy in every old movie I ever saw. So again, just a complete cheap ripoff. It's true.
But it works. But it totally works.
Whatever works.
It works. And who did you base? You did a Stallone impression and you turned it into a character.
Yeah. This is my sly impression, and it's just pretty bad. But as Lou the Cop, it's a lovely character. So